January 2008. Witnesses later recalled hearing a phone ring around 9:30 p.m. It was the last sign of life from inside that building.
By 10 o'clock, silence swallowed the small post office. The streetlights flickered down and then went dark.
January 14th. A local resident came to collect mail. Instead, he found blood and silence.
Nguyễn Thị Ánh Hồng, 22, and Nguyễn Thị Thu Vân, 21, both found with deep wounds.
Investigators arrived fast, but the crime scene was already contaminated. Mistakes began early. The key evidence, a knife and a wooden board, would later divide the nation.
A quiet town shattered overnight. Fear spread faster than truth. Rumors replaced facts. Everyone had a theory. No one had proof. Soon, one name surfaced: Hồ Duy Hải, 23 years old.
Detectives traced phone calls, hoping for motive. All they found were missing minutes and erased numbers.
Fingerprints collided at the scene did not belong to Hai. The report was quietly filed away.
The original murder weapon was gone. Replacement items were purchased at a local market. The record reads, "Exhibit recreated."
A witness claimed to see a man leaving the post office that night. Her description did not match Hồ Duy Hải. Days passed without an arrest. Pressure from above grew heavier. The case had to close, pouring fast. Then came an anonymous call. A name, a direction, no evidence.
Without direct proof, they marked his name in red. The order was given: bring him in. On January 21, Hồ Duy Hải was arrested at home. He looked confused, not violent.
The questioning lasted hours. His answers were inconsistent, like a man terrified rather than guilty. By midnight, a confession appeared whole, short, vague, and signed.
Cameras recorded a reenactment. G. Awkward, uncertain, directed line by line.
His confession mentioned no knife, no reason, no motive. Still, it was accepted as complete.
The so-called murder weapons were brand new, bought after the crime, yet they became central evidence. Crime scene photos were retaken days later. Objects moved, blood patterns altered.
Under command, he walked through the scene, repeating lines given by police.
DNA samples did not match. It was noted, then ignored.
Public opinion was already decided. A face on TV equals guilt. When the news reared his mother, she fainted. Her son was now labeled a killer. A date set in haste. The case was ready for trial, even if the evidence wasn't. That night, he prayed for the first time. Outside, the press called it justice served. The trial opened under heavy attention. The air was thick with expectation, not truth. The presiding judge promised fairness, but the verdict was already written.
He spoke of motive, opportunity, and confession. No mention of missing fingerprints.
Hai's lawyer had only partial records. His objections were quickly dismissed.
She whispered, "He's innocent." No one listened.
The courtroom turned into theater. Cameras loved tragedy.
Guilty! Death sentence. She fell to her knees, begging for mercy. Her son was led away.
Inside prison, he lived quietly, drawing and reading law books.
His letters were calm, but one line repeated, "I didn't do it."
I didn't do it, Mom.
She began a 15-year journey for justice. Petition after petition, door after door.
Each appeal returned, stamped, denied. Bureaucracy replaced compassion. Activists and lawyers joined her call. The story spread beyond Long An. Years passed, but the case stood still. A life paused between hope and execution.
Journalists returned to the scene, asking the same old question. Where is the real truth?
Old evidence resurfaced, mismatched, mislabeled, meaningless.
In 2019, the Supreme Court reviewed the case. 15 years later, the wounds were still fresh.
Public debate reignited. Was Hai guilty or a victim of flawed justice?
Her voice cracked. "I only ask for a fair trial." The rain fell, as if answering.
His sentence remains mo, but not carried out. The file gathers dust, like truth waiting to be heard.
Half the nation demands closure. The other half demands truth.
New lawyers volunteer to reopen the case, citing lost evidence and procedural violations. International organizations noted irregularities, but could not intervene. The building still stands, empty.
She visits him every month, carrying food and hope.
He says little now. Time has carved silence into his eyes. Somewhere in those files lies a truth, altered, hidden, or lost.
For a new generation, it became more than a case of K-pop. It became a question of conscience.
Each year she lights one candle per off, for truth, for her son, for justice. Was Hồ Duy Hải the killer, or the man history will remember as wrongly condemned?